there, hello, and welcome to Base Camp. I'm Pastor Pat. One of the joys of being a parent is getting to read stories to your kids. My wife is a teacher, so you know that she's all in on that, and my mom, well, she's a librarian. Yep, reading stories to our kids is kind of a requirement. I love adventure stories, funny stories, some mystery stories, but some of the best stories are ones that teach a lesson, like this one.
Once upon a time, there was a young boy.
Hello, I'm a young boy.
He was a good boy who always did what he was told.
Always?
Always.
Okay, it's just that my dad, he told me to eat this broccoli, and, well, I don't like broccoli.
But it's good for you.
That's what he said.
It has lots of vitamins and will help you to be healthy and grow.
That's also what he said.
And your father told you to eat it.
Again, that's what he said.
And you're a good boy who always does what he's told.
Yeah. I heard you the first time. Fine, I'll eat it. But if I ever grow up to be president, I'm never going to eat it again.
Deal.
Tastes like grass. Okay, almost done. Water. No, don't like it.
Now, was that so bad?
Yes.
This is an educational program, and we want to teach good things, like eating broccoli.
How about we make this a lesson on telling the truth?
Moving on. Because he was such a good boy and obedient to his father, the boy's dad decided to give him a present.
A present? Cool. I like this lesson. I think that the next lesson we should teach involves me getting a trip to Disney World.
We'll stick with this one where you get a present.
Okay, fine. But can it be a swimming pool?
It's a toy car.
Not quite a swimming pool, but still pretty cool. Woohoo! Vroom, 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 vroom. So today's lesson is that if you're a good boy and obedient to your parents, they'll give you a present?
Not exactly.
Well, I still get a nice toy out of the deal, so teach whatever you want.
I will. The boy loved his toy car and played with it all the time.
You got that right. Vroom!
The father, seeing how much his son liked his toy car, decided to give him an even better and bigger one. One that he could take apart and put back together again.
Wow, well that sounds pretty cool.
Sure does, but you didn't get it.
What? But you said...
Your father tried to give it to you, but you were so caught up in your little toy car that you never even looked at the new one.
This is a pretty cool car.
Some more time went by, and the father decided to try again. This time, he tried to give his son an amazing track for his toy car. One that sent the car flying through a bunch of loop-de-loops and off a great jump through a hoop.
Awesome!
But again, the boy was so caught up in his little toy that he never even realized it was
I
there.
do like this car.
One day, the father decided to really surprise the boy. Knowing his love for cars, he wanted to take him to a race. He even arranged it with one of the drivers to give him a ride around the track. But...
I know. This car is pretty neato.
The boy didn't even glance up when his father came into the room to tell him. Eventually, the dad just went to the race by himself.
Did someone say something? Must have been the breeze.
Eventually, the boy grew old enough to be able to drive himself. His father loved him so much that he surprised the boy by buying him a brand new car.
And you get a car. And you... Oh, sorry. You don't get a car. You get a car.
Let me guess. Vroom?
No car for you.
Ha! Shows what you know. I've already got a car.
Right. The boy was so caught up in his little blessing that he missed out on all the big ones that his father wanted to give him. Of course, that did save the dad some money. The end.
Remember Gideon? He was faithful and did some amazing things. Ultimately, God used him to lead 300 Israelites against hundreds of thousands of Midianites and won a great battle. After the battle, the Israelites wanted to make him king, but he refused, telling them that the Lord would rule over them. Instead, he asked them all to give a little bit of gold from the plunder they had won in the battle. They agreed to that, and even though they each only gave him 1 earring's worth, it added up in a hurry. Gideon took that gold, melted it down, and turned it into an ephod, which is a type of vest. He then put that ephod in his hometown. Gideon's intentions were good, and I'm sure he just wanted to take care of himself and his family. He may even have wanted to create a reminder of what God had done in giving them a miraculous victory. But Judges chapter 8 tells us that all Israel began to worship the ephod, and that it became a snare to Gideon and his family. A snare is a trap. What was meant as a blessing became an idol and kept Gideon and his family from experiencing more from God. God gives us blessings all of the time. These are things that he gives us just because he loves us, or maybe to reward us for our obedience to him. But if we're not careful, we can come to love the blessings more than the blessing giver. And our love for those blessings can become a trap that keeps us from experiencing more of God, growing in our relationship with him, and even getting more and better blessings. They can become idols. I've seen a lot of good things become idols in people's lives. Sports, activities, possessions, relationships, friends, even family. I've even seen things that are spiritual become idols. Certain types of worship music or church styles. This is how God moved in my life once, so it's the only way I like. I've even seen people turn pastors into idols. It's sad. And they miss out on what God wants to do today because they're so focused on what they had before, or want for themselves instead of what God wants for them. Gideon was a great guy, but he focused on what God had previously blessed him with, or what he wanted for him and his family, and he ran into trouble in his relationship with God down the road and missed out on other blessings that he could have had. I wonder what God could have done in and through Gideon if he hadn't made that idol. We'll never know. Let's not make the same mistake as Gideon. Let's thank God for the blessings he's given us, but continue to love God more than his gifts, and always be looking for what God wants to do now, not just living in what he's done in the past. Trust me, the blessings to come are way more than the blessings already received if we continue to wholeheartedly follow him. I'm Pastor Pat with Base Camp, a ministry of Summit Church in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. We would be blessed if you joined us for a service. We meet every Sunday at 10 o'clock. If you can't be here in person, remember that you can always join us online by going to our website, summitchurchmt.com, or checking us out on Facebook or YouTube by searching Summit Church MT. Our children's Facebook page is Base Camp Kids Min. When watching our videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share them. Let's keep looking to what God wants to do every day. I know I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye! Choking on broccoli! Who wrote this script? You're trying to kill me! Ah! 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 No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Ah! You kids just be educated.